So thanks a lot and welcome to the final talk. First of all, I want to thank the organizers for this great venue and this great conference. And I'm really happy to see so many faces and people from all over Europe and the world having the key in their hand to do something for ocean communication. You know, when the seas survive, humans will survive, and you all have the key in your hands, and I'm very excited that we should stitch together and do a good job wherever you're working. So my name is Frank Schweikert. I'm the founder and founder of the German Ocean Foundation. I just want to introduce myself a little bit. I'm basically a journalist. I was working for the National German Radio and TV, and I'm also a sailor and a diver. And after that, I studied biology, and then I started to build a special boat. It's called Aldebaran. You see it on the right side. It's a sailing boat because I believe that a lot of research could do by a lower carbon footprint than it's done today. And the special thing on the boat is that we don't have only a laboratory, a very small laboratory and diving gear. We also have a communication lab inside. So we do live radio broadcasts since 25 years from this boat. And whenever you need a small vessel like this for communication, just let me know. So I was deeply inspired by one woman I met many years ago, and this was Elisabeth Mann-Borghese, the youngest daughter of the German poet Thomas Mann. And I think she was one of the most impressive ambassadors for the ocean issue. And she always said, the oceans force us to think and to act different and to think in new ways. So the ocean forces us to cooperate, and what we see in the actual political scene is totally against what we should do. And I think the oceans are a really good example how to learn, how to cooperate worldwide. So the German Ocean Foundation is pretty young. I founded this 1 year ago with some partners in Germany, and we have some goals. The first one is to identify stakeholders, to bring them together, to organize a dialogue between them. So that's what we do here. Not only between science and society, also between science, society, economy, and the NGOs. And we will share and build ocean awareness. That's one of the main focus. And we will strengthen the role of Germany in marine issues, because Germany is very laid back in the last years, and I think we should make a better job in the near future. And we also like to establish a thing like European Ocean Alliance. Maybe you heard about the US Ocean, I forgot the name, Commission. And I think we need some similar thing here in Europe to strengthen the ocean issues in politics. And last but not least, we want to establish ocean topics in all forms of education, especially at school. So on the boat, you have seen we do a contest for young people since 12 years with own research activities. So at the moment we have some digital presence of our German Ocean Foundation. This is a website. We have a big community of 12,000 subscribers for our newsletter, and we have 5,000 likes on Facebook. And on behalf of the German Ministry for Environment, we made the online survey because the German Minister of Environment had a 30-year anniversary this year, and the German Ocean Foundation was a part of it. And we asked the people online, mainly by Facebook, what is the image of the ocean, and so what are the main problems of the ocean. And to make this survey, we looked to the goals and the working fields of the Global Ocean Commission. So this is so we distilled it a little bit. So pollution and plastics is one of the topics. Overfishing, climate change, then extension of species, you all know that things, then the exploration of the high seas, and probably missing information. So we did this inquiry during some events. We have been part of the Day of Open Doors of the German Parliament in Berlin. We have some announcement on the website, on our newsletter. And as already mentioned, we did this pre-screening of the goals of the Global Ocean Commission. So we involved that because we don't need to reinvent the wheel with the German Ocean Foundation. And so we distilled a lot of topics, and between July and August 2016, we got around 280 responses in total. So that's not pretty much, but very interesting. And here are the results. So the main thing which is in the mind of people taking part on this survey is ocean pollution, especially plastic pollution. We also have some other activities in this field. The second one, with 84%, is overfishing, followed by climate change, not already 50%. Then deep sea mining, around 38%. Extinction of species, 27%, and insufficient reliable information, only 10%. Then we got a lot of comments, personal comments on our inquiry. So many dealing with cruise ships, many with Fukushima. What does the radioactivity does in the oceans? Do we know? And is it critical? And humans itself. So I don't want to bother you with more comments and show you some the field of the survey participants. So 79% of the participants were coming from the civil society, mainly by Facebook. 17% were from the science community, and we are happy to get 5% from the politics field. So then here are some results how the topics were recepted by the different parts. For example, politics sees the biggest problem with pollution and the second problem with overfishing, and only 38% with climate change and species extinction. So I personally know some politicians in the German parliament who don't believe in climate change, and I think we need to work on this issue and to make a better communication, or to make a better communication than the lobbyists from other industry branches. So the scientists declared that 92% is important of pollution, then overfishing followed by 87%, and climate change by 55%. And the civil society is quite similar, so it's 95% for pollution, 82% for overfishing, and around 50% for climate change. So then we ask, how did people feel informed about those topics? So they feel that they are more or less good informed. I will skip this information. You can ask me maybe later personally. And what we find very interesting is going to Google Analytics and looking for all those main topics we identified in the survey. So species extinction, deep sea mining, overfishing, and plastic waste. And we can see that the item plastic waste, like a search item, is very high ranked in Google. And this gives a similar image like we got from the survey. And the next thing, the next thing is the comparison about overfishing, deep sea mining, species extinction, plastic waste to climate change. And here you can see the blue line is climate change, and all the other issues are more or less nothing. So there is a lot to do. And what makes me happy is that we asked how people will act on these issues, and a lot of them agreed, 76% agreed to ban single use of plastic products. I think this is also a thing we should push into the political field. Then they want to less discharge polluting substances. For example, you know that microplastic things, and you know that in your shower gel there are persistent organic pollutants. This is a field very less work done. I think we should enhance that. And drastic reduction of fishing, and define much more protected areas, etc., etc. And what is interesting, what people would like to do in their personal behavior. So waiving of plastic, one-time plastic products, 83% agree that it's very important, or rather yes. And activity reduction of CO2 consumption. So it's very interesting that people recognize that CO2 consumption and ocean acidification is linked. So 48%, and reduced consumption of probably fish, etc., is 43%. So I'm happy to get those results, and thank you for your attention. And if you have further questions, don't hesitate to ask me afterwards. Thanks a lot.